for so long, so stuck in my own way. So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made.
Hey guys, welcome to my, I don't want to say channel. This is just Bible study, okay? I know that we was originally doing Bible study on Zoom, and then my life just got busy. I started doing hair more often, and next thing I know, Saturday became a very busy day for me, so I couldn't really do the live, Zoom wasn't working, and I honestly was working on transitioning to something like this, but sooner. But everything happens for a reason, and I'm back now, and I feel like I've had time to learn, grow, and get closer to God, but then also fall into like distractions and having to rebuild that one-on-one time again with Christ. But now I'm back, and I'm happy to have this opportunity to, be able to grow and, pre-record and just grow, like you see the growth. Like we was just on Zoom and now we're doing this. Like, look at me, look at us. Like honestly, this ain't just me. But I'm super excited, and I just I'm excited to see what the Lord is going to do with this, because I'm excited. I'm just excited. Now, I was trying to be discreet about the mic. This is my second time recording this because I had it on the inside of my shirt, and all you hear is like you hear me clearly, but you hear the shirt moving. So we're going to just have it out. I wish they sponsored me, but nonetheless, you have to, grow. But this is going to be two parts. So if you see two videos with the same shirt, it was all recorded in the same day. Let me stop rambling. Hey guys, my name is Yamis, and well, y'all know that because we all family. And today we're going to be in Acts. Like I said, it's going to be in two parts. So first part is going to be at the end of chapter 2, verse 42 to 47. And then we're going to go, the next video is going to be on chapter 3, starting at verse 1 to verse 10. Now, I honestly want to do chapter 3 first and then do chapter 2 second, because chapter 3 was honestly the first scripture that I read where God downloaded his own. I started to read in between the lines for the first time, and I felt like maybe this is how preachers or like people in ministry read the Bible, because like they just get a download. I just felt a lot of encouragement from this story, I'm gonna say. So this part of the story is about Peter healing a lame beggar. Lame means just that they were paralyzed from the waist down. And this lame person has been paralyzed from birth. So this wasn't no freak accident. This wasn't a car accident. This wasn't, like they knew how to walk and then lost their ability to walk later on in life. My commentary says that the lame beggar was 40 years old. So at the moment Peter and John met him. So I'm going to read it straight, and then we're going to talk about it. So verse 1 says, "One day Peter and John were going up to the temple at the time of prayer at 3 in the afternoon. Now a man who was lame from birth was being carried to the temple gate called Beautiful, where he was put every day to beg from those going into the temple courts. When he saw Peter and John about to enter, he asked them for money. Peter looked straight at him, as did John. Then Peter said, "Look at us." So the man gave them his attention, expecting to get something from them. Then Peter said, "Silver or gold I do not have, but what I do have I give you. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, walk." Verse 7, taking him by the right hand, he helped him up, and instantly the man's feet and ankles became strong. He jumped to his feet and began to walk. Then he went with them into the temple courts, walking and jumping and praising God. When all the people, this is the good part. When all the people saw him walking and praising God, they recognized him as the same man. They recognized him as the same man who used to sit begging at the temple gate called Beautiful, and they were filled with wonder and amazement at what had happened to him. Now, I don't know if y'all was thinking what I was thinking when I was reading, but I'm going to tell y'all what I was thinking while I was reading this story. So, number one, this man was paralyzed his whole life. So he knew nothing about walking, and he honestly had no desire to walk. Not because, oh, he don't want to walk, but because when you have never had something and have went without it, you don't necessarily wake up every day wanting it. You kind of learn how to adapt and just desire other things, or desire to just coast through life. And I feel like the people bringing him to the court in front of the gate every day to beg for money was him coasting through life. Like, let me just go here, let me ask and let me beg so that I can have food and clothes and, a transportation back here. And I think a lot of us go through life limiting God, asking God for temporary fixes, right? Short-term goal type fixes, instead of having faith enough to believe in God for the ability to walk. I hope that makes sense. Like, the man, honestly, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes in my own thinking, I limit God to the point where when I pray for things that I feel like I can ask for, I can achieve, I can steward well. Like, let's say, Lord, just help, like, let's say, let's say it's a relationship. Lord, help me with this relationship. Restore this relationship. Help us to communicate better, right? That could be me limiting God. You know what I mean? Me asking God for a short-term fix, but we don't serve a short-term God. God don't do small stuff. He don't do small miracles. His miracles be big. His wonders be wonders. You know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to get on the man, because honestly, what else could he have asked for other than a means of living, money? But he didn't know who he was talking to when he came across two of Jesus's disciples. And when I say that the Lord is not interested in, sometimes I feel like the Lord is not interested in, what's the word? Answering our prayers, not because he can't, but because they're too basic, they're too minuscule. They're too limited. They're too short term or just small. Sometimes you got to think big. Sometimes you got to really have the faith that is required for God to be God. And I feel like this, and then also in verse 4 where it said, Peter looked straight at him, and did John. Then Peter said, look at us. To me, that kind of told me that when you are in need, you have to seek God. You have to look for him in your situation and pay attention and shut out all distractions, shut out all other people's voices, and only like get in this, read this, and pay attention to this. And then your prayers will be answered. But if they're not in alignment with his will, this is a prime example of when God does not answer your prayers, but he answers your prayers in a way, because it's like, I didn't even think to ask for that, but he did something beyond what I could even think or ask for. This is that example. You know what I mean? Like, I could ask the Lord, God, like when I was a senior in high school and I wanted to go to Clark so bad, and I was like, Lord, please, let them write this letter, and please let me get accepted into Clark, Atlanta. But you know what the Lord was thinking about? He was thinking about me graduating. You know what I mean? He was like, girl, I could do you one better. I'm not only going to help you get in, I'm gonna help you graduate. You understand what I'm saying? And then let's get to verse 10, because that was the kicker for me. The Lord will bless you, change your life, right? And then put you back in the environment where the people knew you before. And remember what you used to be like, what you used to do, who you used to look like, right? And then let them watch what the Lord has done. And God still get the glory out of it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we can think and get discouraged when people try to remind us of our past. Oh, you used to wild out, or you used to do this, or you used to say that, and you used to, and you used to, and you used to. And we take it as a diss. We take it as a, but it's really not that, because it's like, yes, but look what God has done. You know what I mean? And I'm going to read it because I want to really lock in with it. They said they recognized him as the same man who used to sit begging at the temple gate, called Beautiful. Anybody recognize you to be the same girl, the same boy that used to, and then they bring it up like it's a diss? It's not a diss. Let me tell you why. And they were filled with wonder and amazement at what had happened to him. Like the same way the enemy would try to use others to discourage you, to make you want to revert back to who you used to be. It's the same way God will use them to get the glory out of it. It's like, yeah, I used to do that, but look at me now. And it's not, and it's only by his grace. It's only by his mercy. And if he could do it for me, he could definitely do it for you, Miss Ma'am. And that's how I go. And I'm just what also blessed me was the fact that he knew where his help came from. Like this this story doesn't talk about him going to the temple every day to pray. It doesn't talk about him going to the temple every day to worship or to thank God or to it doesn't talk about him even being a believer. Honestly, I missed it if it did. But also, after they healed him in Jesus' name, he knew he praised God while he jumped and he walked and um, he praised God. And when the people saw him walking and praising God, that's when they said, "Oh, we're amazed. This is a wonderful thing." And we have to remember who did it in the first place when we get those blessings. We can't just, thanking, how Snoop Dogg was like, "I want to thank me." I mean, it's okay to really thank you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know it was nothing but God, make sure you say that. You know what I mean? Because it's just what needs to be said. Tell the truth. You know what I mean? And that's just honestly how I feel about that. And I just think the message was so good. Like, don't limit God. Be mindful of what you pray for and realize who you praying to. Because that God that you're praying, my God, your God that you're praying to, is only in the business of doing long-term fixes. Because now this man don't even have to beg for money. Because he got the mobility to work, to make a means, to make a living for himself. He don't got to beg nobody for nothing. You know what I mean? And if only he had the faith, and maybe he did have the faith to honestly, no, because he was asking everybody for money. He was begging every day. So this Peter and John probably were just like another group of people. You know what I mean? But honestly, to submit and to even have, the confidence to beg, you have to have the confidence to pray and to ask God for what you need, but also be mindful about God's will for your life. So even if you like, okay, I want this job, but Lord, if you have something better in mind for me, I want you to do that instead because I trust you enough. That's what I mean. Like, don't limit God. And that's a lesson I had to learn too. Like, I remember really praying and crying out for specific things, wanting things real bad. And I didn't get them. And when I didn't get them, it was like my world was turned upside down. But the funny thing is, the Lord always replaced what I wanted with something better. And all I could really do was humble myself and say, you know what? You got it. Like you know it better than me. You understand me better than me. You know what I mean? Like, funny story. I have a younger niece. I have one of my best friends. She has a younger sister. But being around them, I have now realized why the Lord gave me a younger brother. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know what it is, but me and my brother can go. We can have, those sibling arguments or annoying each other or whatever the case may be. And it don't bother me. You know what I mean? Because that's my brother and it's cool. But when I watch my friends bicker with their younger siblings, or when, my niece and my nephew, I just, I don't know how they do it. Like, I don't know what it is about a younger girl for me, conflict with younger girls for me, but it just irk me bad. Like, I don't know why, but conflict with my brother, it don't bother me. I'm like, you know, I think what it is, a younger sister for me, like, you're gonna want to use my brush, you're gonna want to use my makeup, you're gonna want to use my stuff, and then never give it back. I never had to go through that. You understand what I'm saying? My brother don't touch my stuff. He might eat something of mine, he might drink something of mine, but he ain't gonna touch my girl feminine stuff. So yeah, I say all that to say, like, the Lord knows what's best for you before you know it's best for you. Because I used to be like, woof, I know I asked for a brother, but he a mess. But no, I thank God gave me a brother and not a sister, honestly. A younger sister. Because I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know how y'all do it, but I wouldn't be able to do it. And that's why the Lord gave me a brother. And that's how y'all gotta go about life. Like, when you don't get things, or when you have things that you don't really want, understand that the Lord is mindful, and everything happens because He wanted it to happen. And it's perfect for you, you know? What else I wanted to say? Thank y'all for watching and staying on for this long. I really appreciate that. I hope this was good. I hope that you guys liked this episode. I'm definitely going to do more. And it wasn't that hard. I thought I was going to be a little tongue-tied and loss of words and feeling awkward. I know the more I do it, the better I would be. So just bear with me, and I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys. All right, bye.